Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. iPhone 5 versus iPhone 4S. My experience between the two of them, the iPhone 5 has been a good upgrade across the board. No doubt about it. I like the 5 better than the 4S. Yes, there's a taller screen on the 5. And I appreciate that, if only because I have a gazillion apps installed. One of the reasons I haven't done one of those what's on my iPhone videos, because I would be there for like half a day, and I know many of you would watch it. Maybe at some point in the future, if you want to see it, I'll do it. Bottom line, a taller screen has been good. But even though a lot of my apps haven't been upgraded to, I guess, take advantage of the taller screen on the 5 versus the previous generation iPhones, I can't really tell too much when I'm looking at the app, if only because I have the black iPhone. So the black borders on the top and the bottom just seem to melt away into the rest of the phone. There's the Google app, which hasn't been updated yet, at least that Google app. It hasn't bothered me at all. It's been good. I like it. I appreciate it. The second thing I wanted to speak to is the weight in terms of how it feels in the hand. Now, I'm holding these at the same time, and I can't really tell the difference between the two. The way to tell the difference between the weight of a 4S and a 5 is to do this. Hold on to the 4S for a bit in one hand. Doesn't matter which hand. Just hold it. Okay, get a feel. Put it down, then put the 5 in the hand, and you can definitely tell that the 5 is lighter. How much lighter? Again, I'm not going to go into the specs. It feels lighter when compared to the 4S, and that's what matters. It feels light. And it is lighter. I mean, if we're talking about actual specifications, it is lighter. It's not just a feeling that Apple is like, imposed upon you. Oh, it feels lighter, therefore it is. No, it absolutely is. The third thing I wanted to mention is speed. It's faster. Noticeably faster. In every operation, whether it's, loading a web page, opening up an application, your settings, it's faster in small ways. And when you get used to it, the speed on the 5 and you go back to the 4S, that's when the speed is noticeable. I'm going to go ahead and pull up a camera application called ClearCam on both of these phones. And ClearCam is basically a camera app that will take a series of 6 shots and only keep the clearest one. So let's go ahead and let go of the trigger button at the same time. Five's done. The 4S is done. It's faster, and that's important, for everybody if you want to have a faster device. And the camera, or I should say cameras. The camera produces amazing images. Well, not just this camera, but this camera as well. They upgraded this particular FaceTime camera, and that's nice if you take a lot of shots of yourself and you want to see yourself in the screen. Full 720p video capable recording right here. They also moved the position of the camera, which is a big deal because it's centered versus offset on the 4S compared to the 5. Better quality images. And I like sharp images. I like images that represent color accurately, and the 5 does not disappoint. The only thing I would say as a caveat to that is you have to tap to focus on the 5 compared to the 4S. Otherwise, the subject that you intend to be in focus may not be in focus. A small price to pay. Haven't had any issues with the purple fringing people have been complaining about, which is really systemic. That's not an iPhone 5 problem. It's just an issue with digital photography in general. Again, hasn't been a glaring issue, not to get too punny there. Another thing I wanted to talk about, back to the screen, is how it feels in one hand. And that's a big deal to me. I can still operate the 5 with one hand, one thumb, and it's not that much of a challenge. It is a bit of a stretch, though, compared to the 4S. The screen is taller. It hasn't felt any different when I've been keying in words on the keyboard because, of course, we're talking about the same width of a screen. It's just a different height. I have to hold it a bit differently, but it's not so uncomfortable that I would switch back to the 4S at all. The color, of course, is amazing on the 4S screen. I'm sorry, 4S screen and the 5 screen. It's just the 5 screen color, blacks seem to be blacker to me. There's empirical data to back it up that it is an amazing LCD screen, largely due to the process that Apple took with the 5 compared to the 4S, but it's absolutely noticeable to the point where I have an anti-glare screen protector on the 4S. I have not yet bothered to put a screen protector on the 5. Just hasn't even crossed my mind. So The cameras have been upgraded. Speed, it's faster. The screen has been upgraded. It feels good in the hand. Power-wise, it seems to, well, last about as long as the 4S did with regular usage. It is nice to have access to an LTE network on the 5 compared to the 4S. And I do happen to have LTE in Seattle, which I'm very, very happy about. There's really not much I could say other than I'm extremely happy with this particular upgrade and would circle back and suggest that just because you can upgrade doesn't mean you should. If you are happy with the 4S, stick with the 4S. If you want to get an upgrade or you don't have an iPhone yet or you have an older iPhone, 5, well, it's got me happy for now.